So the emperor, he stands, adjusting his formal robes and everything to look at each one of you, and he actually gives a very slight but noticeable bow to each of you, and says, I again express my extreme thanks, my the debt that I owe to you, that I intend to make good in whatever way I can. I, I intend these favors to be only the beginning of my expression of that gratitude towards you, and as I learn more of you and know better your desires, I hope to find other ways to thank you in whatever ways I can without compromising the integrity of the empire itself. And he also bows towards Breckenridge Senior, who's definitely been staying in the background, being diplomatically silent through a lot of the more serious discussion. He says, "I, for one, would like to congratulate Brother Nicholas and Nero on putting a decisive end to my mortal enemy, the general who had apparently made it his mission to end my life. For that, reward it in one part, granting Nero the ownership of the blade that she recovered from him, though it was Imperial armaments. She has more than earned the right to it, and I intend more, both for her and for Brother Nick. My my armorers will be in touch with you.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
And
Her
power on your
expression
side,
goes
buddy.
from one of defensive, you're not taking my sword again, to bright optimism. And I'm sure he's insightful enough to have recognized the first one too.
Mhm. Yes, he looks incredibly pleased with himself, and gives her a knowing, slight wink at her
Yeah, I was gonna say she's like
rapid
a
change of
honorary
expression.
Tabukin, really.
But
Out of any of us here, she's the closest to a Tabukin.
yeah, she's certainly got particular proclivities that endear her to the king, to the emperor.
Yeah, I bet.
Um, he
Like cleaving people in two.
yeah. Now he does turn at this point to Cade and his father, and his expression grow a bit more serious. Now, as I did allude to formerly, there will be of necessity some upcoming, well, vacancies in the ministry. And he looks at Tarek and beckons him forward. And he says, "I'm sorry to say, Lord Breckenridge, that I am going to be forced to relieve you of your position as the Minister of Agriculture." And he puts slight pressure on his shoulder, just to guides him down to kneeling before him. Says, "I hope that you would consider a more important position." And he reaches up to his crown, and you notice at this point that he's able to separate part of it out from the center. Reaches over and places it on Breckenridge Sr.'s brow.
Hmm.
I find myself needing to step back from the specific affairs of the people on Tabuk and giving attention to the broader affairs of the Empire. And I can think of no one better to take up mantle as king at my feet than you, who have expressed loyalty beyond all others. And Tarek Breckenridge is shell-shocked. He was first looking concerned and now is just completely blown away. And he stammers out, "Mm, Your Majesty of I I have no idea what to say. I'm extremely honored and yes, well, take your time. Let it settle on your brow for a bit and give me your answer soon." And Daddy Breckenridge just, eyes wide, nods slowly. Of course, my liege. And he turns to the rest of you, also looking at Cade, who's certainly in similar state of shock, and says,
Thayer should just look like giddy.
"Thank you all for your time, and if you would give Lord Breckenridge here some time to consider his answer to me and perhaps talk it over with his son." And he pats them both on the shoulder and excuses himself. He and his heavy guard leave and give you all some time to reflect. And you are free to leave whenever you'd like. End scene.